ADA, we start with 1 hour chart. Want to see how we can look for trade. First of all, if we refer to our analysis, we discussed since the price was within this move exactly here. We mentioned we can look for short-term buy. The only way was to put our entry here. Then I mentioned that this is the first target and this is the second target. As we can, the price tag the second target, then drop. Okay, this is the what we have been looking for, and this is what we get. As we can see, the price exactly tag the second target, then after that we see the price drop, because I mentioned since the price was within this move, I mentioned I'm looking for one more drop similar to what we have here, and exactly this is what we get. That's why when we have been looking for buy from here, I mentioned we're looking for the short term, and if the price tag the second target, we see there is no continuation, we can expect the price to drop, because we have been looking for this flat exactly as what we have been looking for we get. And the best opportunity to look for buy from here, I mean, for the next trade was from here. Anyway, we didn't have any update for that. And as I mentioned in my other analysis from the since July and August, I don't have really times to focus for the updates. And then from the September, mostly we will have more times, and I will give more update and daily update, and even the trade setup, including the I will update more video about the how to trade. I mean, the educational part. Anyway, we start with the daily chart. You want to see how we can look for trade and what's the next first things. As we can see, if we put our line here, we haven't seen the breakout of the previous top. This is what we're looking for. All right, that's why if the price cannot break the previous top, we can expect this one turn to a big correction, more complex correction. This is what I'd be discussing in our analysis, and right now all it depends on the market and the way the overall market is moving. Because if we see the continuation for the Bitcoin, mostly we can expect the price to break and continue. But right now, what I'm looking for the breakout of the previous top. Okay, that's why from now, if we wants to look for buy, we need to be quite careful, because if we move to forward chart, this is what we're looking for. We mentioned in my last analysis, we want to see the breakout of 1.051. Then even if we want to look for trade within this one for buy, we can based on 1 hour chart, but we need to be quite careful, because we need to see the continuation and we need to see the breakout of this zone. This is what we are, sorry, this is what we have been looking for. And even we have been looking for this flat, this is the best things we could look for trade. That's why in my last analysis, since the price was within this move, I mentioned we're looking for one more drop. Okay, and if we put this top in relative to the previous one, we see we have a divergence. That's why if you want to look for buy, as long as the price haven't break 1.51, we need to be quite careful technically. If still we can look for continuation, but the only question is what's the next, whether the price can break the previous top or not. If not, this is what we're looking for. If this one turn to a flat, we can expect to get one more drop or deeper correction. Okay, because the way it's moving is quite corrective. And if we move to 1 hour chart, even based on 1 hour chart, we see we have a divergence. All right, it doesn't mean we cannot look for buy, but as long as the price haven't break 1.51, any trade we need to be quite careful. That's mean if you wants to look for trade within this one, the only thing is we look for the short-term trade, because as we can see, every time the price broke the previous top, we see following by one correction. And how we can look for trade from here, the only way is to put our entry above this. But whether we can get a really good trade setup, I don't think so, because if there is a continuation as a corrective move, mostly we cannot get a really good trade setup, either in the break even or the small profit. All right, but what we're looking for breakout to 1.51. And even if we get a flag here, still we can look for buy. Either we put our stop loss at 1.32 or at 1.36. But this any trade within this one is a short-term trade, and this is the most important level for us to look for. Okay. Anyway, we just follow the chart. We don't see any proper trade setup, because we have been looking for this flat. This is already we get, and we can consider this one as a last wave, and still we can see the continuation as a sharp move, sorry, as a corrective move. And the only thing is whether the price can break 1.51 or not. In this case, we just follow the chart. If I see any update or any trade setup that can give us a confirmation for the next move, I will share. Thanks.